What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I am going back with another explained series where I explain each position at Amazon. Today's video is going to be about Stow. Last one was about water spider. Like I said, I'm trying to do these in order of pretty much how the warehouse works. So I did inbound shipping dock first, and then I did water spider. And it has been quite a while since I updated this series, but I'm doing another one today with Stow, of course. And yeah, I mean, let's just get straight into this video. Stow is probably going to be the most simple and probably the easiest episode because Stow is just a very simple thing altogether. Like I said in the last one, the last explained series, if you haven't already seen it, go ahead and click that card somewhere up there. Somewhere up there, there's going to be a card. Go ahead and click that if you haven't already seen it. But water spiders on inbound side, all they pretty much do is bring work for the stowers. They're putting a bunch of work on the stower's sled. The sled looks like this. I'll post a picture right there. And that's pretty much all they're doing is putting work on that sled. From there, the stowers sign into their stations and they have work on their sled, and literally all they do is put that work into basically storage. What I consider stowing is you're just putting stuff into storage that is either eventually going to be bought or is eventually not going to be sold and then ending up returning to the sellers. So that's pretty much all you're doing in Stow, is putting stuff into storage. How this works though, I'll go into a little bit more detail. How this works is that Amazon, I'm doing this video for Amazon Robotics AR facilities, so this is just the ones that are AR. I know the old school Stow, you walk around all day and you're putting stuff into bins, but you're mostly walking around all day. With the one that I'm talking about, this is just AR Stow. You're just sitting there in one single station the entire day. You're not walking around way too much, and you're not walking a lot of miles throughout the facility whenever you're doing regular Stow and facilities, AR facilities. And yeah, so pretty much what happens is these little drives, these orange, or it depends on your facility, they could be blue or orange, and maybe your facility has a different color, but I know the primary ones are blue and orange. Those are called drives, and all they do is drive around these big yellow pods, and they bring those pods to you, and you're supposed to fit items in there, and that's pretty much all you're doing all day long in Stow. You're scanning the item, you're putting it into the bin, and then if you're stowing Legacy, which is the old version, you're scanning the bin with your scan gun. If you are doing Nike, which is the newer version, which is what I think like most facilities have now, then you're scanning it with the overhead scanner and you're putting it into the bin, and there are like multiple cameras and all types of sensors and stuff like that that are being able to tell what you're putting into the bin and what bin you're putting it into. And so they know, like, the technology is insane in Stow. They know what you're doing, where you're stowing into and all that stuff. So that's pretty much literally all you're doing in Stow. You're sitting in that one position all day and stowing items, putting them into bins. And that's pretty much it. This episode is probably going to be the shortest of them all because there's not much more other than that. There's not much more than stowers do. They're just sitting there all day and putting stuff into bins all day. This position can easily be the most boring position at an Amazon facility. I personally don't think it is. I think that Pick is, but a lot of people do say that Stow is the most boring. And in my opinion, it's definitely like the easiest. I think Stow is the #1 easiest position that you can do at an Amazon warehouse. At least out of the positions that I've done like 5 or 6 different positions. So I haven't done like an insane amount of positions, but to me, I personally think Stow is the absolute easiest because literally all you're doing is putting items into bins. I think another thing I should mention as well is that each item you get can only fit into a certain type of bin. So if you get a really small item like this, chances are it's only going to allow you to put them into 6-inch pods or 9-inch pods. It won't let you put those into 12, 16, or 18 because there's 5 different ones. There's 6, there's 9, there's 12, there's I think 16, and then there's 18. So there's those 5 different ones. Whatever item you get, whatever size you get, it goes into one of those certain pods. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all that needs to be known about Stow. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but when I personally go in, that's literally all I'm doing all day is putting stuff into storage. So with that being said, this is the shortest episode of the series, and it is the easiest one to explain. If I didn't explain it properly, just let me know down in the comments below if you have any other questions about Stow. If you're new to Amazon possibly, just let me know. But with that being said, I guess I'm going to end that there. Become a member of the channel if you haven't already, and hey, please go follow me on Instagram right now. I'll go ahead and post my @ right there, and it'll be in the link in the description below as well. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. I love you all. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Peace.